Welcome. Today we will talk about Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru, often referred to as Pandit Nehru, was one of the most towering figures in Indian history. He was a central figure in the Indian independence movement and the first Prime Minister of India after independence in 1947. Nehru was a secular humanist, social democrat, and author who left a profound impact on India's development as a modern nation. Nehru was born into a wealthy Kashmiri Pandit family in Allahabad, India on November 14, 1889. He was the eldest of 4 children born to Motilal Nehru, a prominent lawyer and politician, and Swarup Rani Nehru. Nehru's early education was at home under private tutors. In 1905, he was sent to England to attend Harrow School, a prestigious boarding school. After graduating from Harrow, Nehru went on to the Trinity College, Cambridge, where he studied natural sciences. While at Cambridge, Nehru was exposed to a variety of new ideas and influences, including Fabian socialism and the Indian independence movement. He also met his future wife Kamla Kaul at Cambridge. Nehru and Kamla were married in 1916 and had a daughter together, Indira Gandhi, who would later become Prime Minister of India herself. After returning to India in 1912, Nehru began to practice law. However, he was soon drawn into the Indian independence movement. In 1919, he joined the Indian National Congress and quickly became one of its leading figures. Nehru was deeply influenced by Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of non-violence and civil disobedience. He participated in many of the protests and campaigns that led to India's independence, including the non-cooperation movement and the Quit India movement. If you wish to know more about Mahatma Gandhi, I will link the video in the description below. In 1929, Nehru presided over the Lahore session of the Indian National Congress, where the famous resolution declaring Purna Swaraj or complete independence was passed. It was under his leadership that the tricolour flag representing India's aspirations was hoisted at this session. Nehru's vision for India was not limited to just achieving freedom from the British colonial rule. He was a forward-thinking leader with a deep commitment to democracy, secularism, and social justice. He envisioned an India where every citizen had equal rights regardless of their caste, creed, or religion. This vision laid the foundation of India's democratic and inclusive future. Nehru was arrested and imprisoned several times by the British authorities for his involvement in the independence movement. He spent a total of 9 years in prison between 1921 and 1945. During his time in prison, Nehru wrote extensively about his political and philosophical beliefs. His most famous book, Glimpses of World History, was written while he was in prison in 1934. After India gained independence in 1947, Nehru became the country's first Prime Minister. He served in this position for 17 years until his death in 1964. During his tenure as Prime Minister, Nehru oversaw India's transition from a British colony to a modern democracy. He also implemented a number of social and economical reforms, including the establishment of a state-led industrialization program and the expansion of education and healthcare. Nehru's domestic policies were based on the principle of socialism, secularism, and democracy. He believed that the state should play a leading role in promoting economic development and social justice. Nehru also believed in the importance of religious tolerance and secularism. He was a strong advocate for democracy and civil liberties. Nehru's foreign policy was based on the principle of non-alignment. He believed that India should not take sides in the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union. Nehru also played a key role in the founding of the Non-Alignment Movement, a group of developing countries that were non-aligned with either superpower bloc. Nehru was a complex and controversial figure. He was praised for his vision and leadership in building a new nation. However, he was also criticized for his authoritarian tendencies and for his handling of certain domestic and foreign policy issues. For example, Nehru was criticized for his decision to go to war with Pakistan in 1947-48 over the issue of Kashmir. He was also criticized for his close relationship with the Soviet Union. Despite his critics, Nehru remains one of the most admired figures in Indian history. He is often referred to as Chacha Nehru by Indians of all ages. Nehru's birthday, November 14th, is celebrated as Children's Day in India. Nehru's legacy is profound and multifaceted. He was not only a statesman and a visionary leader, but also a prolific writer and a cultured individual. His eloquent speeches and writings continue to inspire generations of Indians. Nehru's emphasis on secularism and democracy helped shape India's identity as a diverse and inclusive nation. His focus on education and scientific research laid the foundation for India's emergence as a global knowledge hub. Many of India's premier scientific and educational institutions were established during his tenure, including the Indian Institute of Technology and the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Nehru passed away on May 27, 1964, leaving a void in India's political landscape. His daughter Indira Gandhi went on to become the Prime Minister and carried forward his legacy. The Nehru-Gandhi family has always played a prominent role in Indian politics, with several family members serving as Prime Ministers. Jawaharlal Nehru was a visionary leader who left a profound impact on India's development as a modern nation. Nehru's vision for India is still relevant today, and his legacy continues to inspire Indians of all ages. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.